Is it possible? Is the wrong question. Hi everyone, Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. If you'll excuse me this little rant, because it's an issue that I come across almost daily, and that is questions that ask if something is possible. Some examples that I get almost daily. Is it possible I've been hacked? Is it possible to recover an email from 10 years ago? Is it possible that my video chats are being recorded? The list goes on. You get the idea. The problem with these questions is that the answer is always yes. Yes, it is possible you've been hacked. Yes, it is possible that you might be able to recover a 10-year-old email. Yes, it is possible your video chats are being recorded. The problem is that that's not a very helpful answer. At best, it's not actionable. At worst, it's panic-inducing because people assume that because something is possible, it has happened. And that is simply not the case. The correct question, the right way to look at problems with technology, is to ask not, is it possible? Anything is possible. The correct question is, how likely is it? How likely is it that I've been hacked? How likely is it that I could recover an email from 10 years ago? How likely is it that my video chats are being recorded? Now, of course, we're going somewhere because now we can start to talk about the various factors that will influence the answer of just how likely it will be. For example, how likely it is that you've been hacked will depend on your own security hygiene, what you've been doing, what software you have installed, what system you're running, a number of different things that we can then talk about. How likely it is that you can recover an email from 10 years ago is, well, it's possible, but it's a very, very tiny sliver of a possibility. Unless, of course, you've been backing up the entire time, in which case it may be in your backups. Chances are, though, you're not going to get it from a third-party email service provider. There's a chance. It's an extremely tiny chance. So tiny that the answer is probably no. But it is technically still possible. And how likely it is that your video chats are being recorded depends on, again, what technology you're using, what service you're using, and perhaps most importantly, who you're chatting with. Is it somebody you know and trust, or is it a scammer that's recording you at the other end? So I can't say whether it's likely or not, but I can give you some direction as to what kinds of things to look for to understand for yourself just how likely it might be. The problem, of course, is that we all want simple answers. We want yes or no, black or white answers, and the world doesn't work that way. Technology doesn't work that way. The answer is almost always, it depends. It depends on the specifics. It depends on your situation. It depends on many, many different things that preclude saying yes or no. Don't look for yes or no answers. That's not the way to approach any of this. By looking for a yes or no answer, you are setting yourself up for the wrong answer, or you are setting yourself up for the wrong action. Like I said, if I say it's possible that your video chats are being recorded, and you assume that because I said that, they are, that's panic-inducing. Or you assume that your system has been hacked because I said it's possible. Again, that's panic-inducing and can cause you to take unnecessary, sometimes extreme steps that, again, you just don't need to take on further investigation. On the other hand, if I were to say, well, no, you've not been hacked, well, I could be wrong. There could be other information that says, yeah, this is going on. You need to take some action on this. Honestly, I'll never say no to, have you been hacked? I'll always qualify that because there are simply too many variables. It depends on all of those variables as to whether or not you need to be concerned about whatever it is you're asking about. Life is messy. It just is. Black and white is just not part of the deal, and it's especially not part of the deal when it comes to technology. It's reality. Maybe is the most honest and accurate answer I can give to these kinds of questions. Hopefully, when you get that answer, you will also get information about what kinds of things you should be looking at, what kinds of information you should be researching, what kinds of things you should be looking for in order to determine for yourself just how likely it is that whatever it is you're worried about is actually happening. But a yes or no, it's never going to happen. For updates, for related links, for comments and more, visit askleo.com/30257. I'm Leo Notenboom. This is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.